Hello everyone! In this video I'm going to show you how to make a football cake topper. The one I've already made here was done using a 6 cm ball. To create this topper I'm using a polystyrene ball as the base. In today's tutorial I'll be working with a slightly larger one, 8 cm ball. To make the process easier, I use 3D printed cutters. These are specially made to match the size of the ball. Today I'll be using the cutters for the 8 cm ball. To make a football cake topper, we'll be using a polystyrene ball and hexagon and pentagon cutters. I use Saracino pasta model for all my toppers. Today I'm doing the traditional black and white football. So I've got 100 grams of black modeling paste and 150 grams of white one. I won't use all of it, you'll have around half left, but it's easier to roll and cut when you have more paste to work with. Also, you'll need a kitchen towel, a paper kitchen towel, and a bit of water to use as a glue. So let's get started. So the step number 1 is to roll the white modeling paste. If you worked with modeling paste or fondant before, you'll know it needs softening first. That is what I'm gonna do now. I've got quite warm hands, so I find Saracino pasta model a bit too soft for me. For this reason, I usually add half a teaspoon of CMC powder, or so-called gum powder in other words, to 250 grams of modeling paste. It makes the paste firmer and stops it sticking to my hand so much. I am sending my toppers by post, so this helps them to dry hard as well. I roll it out using 3 mm guide rings on my rolling pin. These rolling pins help keep the modeling paste nice and even all the way through. I actually 3D printed these rings myself. Most of the ones on the market are too soft and squishy, and I prefer mine to be more sturdy for consistent thickness. Once your paste is rolled out, we can start cutting. For the football pattern, you'll need 20 white hexagons. Press the cutter firmly into the paste and gently move it as you push down. That helps to give you those neat, sharp edges. I like to cut and set my pieces into 4 rows of 5s. It makes it easier for me to keep count, and it also helps prevent them from drying out too quickly. You can do that as well if you added CMC powder to your Saracino pasta model. However, if your paste doesn't have that, be careful as they might cling together and be hard to separate later. As we all know, different brands of modeling pastes behave differently, so make sure to test yours first. So I've cutted all white pieces we need, and from 150 grams of white paste, I've got 80 grams left, so I've used about 70 grams for 20 hexagons. Now let's move on to the black modeling paste. I will put these pieces aside to make some space. Again, we start by conditioning the paste to make it soft and stretchy. Just knead it a little until it feels nice and smooth. I fast forward this process, and you can pause your video if you need to. When your modeling paste is ready, roll it out with the same 3 mm guide rings for consistency. While rolling the paste, make sure you do not leave any air bubbles in, as it might be visible on a finished product. Just like before, I press the cutter firmly and move it gently to get clean lines. I arrange my black shapes into 2 rows of 6. That way I know I've got all 12 and they stay tidy. Let's fast forward that again, and you can stop the video if you need to while you're cutting your pieces. So finishing with the black ones, and we've got 12 of them. Now, from the 100 grams of modeling paste we started with, we have 75 grams left, so that means we used about 25 grams only. Okay, let's move to the fun part. Let's actually build the football. So I take my paper towel, generously spray it with water like this, or just wet it under the tap to make it fully soaked. This will act like a glue for the pieces. Before you start, check your ball. If your ball has any dents or imperfections, don't worry. You can patch them with a little bit of modeling paste before you start, like this. Just smooth it out, and once your pattern is on, you won't notice anything. To begin the pattern, I start with a black pentagon in the center. I dab the back of the piece on the damp paper towel to make it sticky, then press it gently onto the ball. Next, I place 5 white hexagons around the black pentagon, like flower petals. Wet the back of each one and press them into place one by one, just like this. That's your base pattern. 1 black pentagon in the middle, surrounded by 5 white hexagons. This forms the classic football look we know. From here, you just keep building out, alternating between black and white pieces and following the pattern. If it gets a bit tricky, don't worry, just take your time and do it slowly. You can follow exactly how I am doing it or find a method that feels easier for you. Keep going until you've used all the pieces and covered the ball. You can find polystyrene balls in most craft shops or online like Amazon or eBay. It's always cheaper if you buy more than one at once. I am doing traditional football cake topper here, but you can use any color combination you like. It doesn't have to be black or white, just get creative. As I mentioned before, you can buy the cutters on my shop. My cutter sets match the ball sizes perfectly. I have sizes to match 5, 6, 7, 8 and 10 centimeter balls. Can do other sizes as well if needed. They are all 3D printed with sharp cutting edges and smooth tops to make them comfortable to use. So we almost finished our ball, just a couple more pieces left. These last ones can be harder to put in, but still, can you see how nicely they fit? Once you've used all your pieces and the ball is fully covered, gently roll it between your hands. This helps to press everything in evenly and close up any small gaps. Use your palms of your hands and a light pressure. And just like that, you've made the football cake topper. You can leave it like that, or you can add the stitching. For this, I use PME modeling tool. It takes a bit of a time, probably the same as making the ball itself, but the result is worth it. I press stitch lines along each edge of every shape. Just go around the whole ball side by side, making sure you don't miss any. I'll show the rest of the stitching in fast motion, so you can pause the video here while you work on it. Once the stitching is done, the ball looks much more like a real football. It might not be super visible on camera, but trust me, in person it really stands out. You can also insert a wooden skewer or cocktail stick if you want the topper to stay more secure on the cake. And we are done! I have 6.5 cm ball without stitching and 8.5 cm one with all the details. Let me know in the comments which one you prefer. And don't forget, you can find all the cutters I used today in my shop with worldwide shipping available. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye!